I was on time.
I didn't have the screen up, Steve.
For
sorry.
the record,
Good to go.
All right, everyone. Good morning. This is the Mayor Managers meeting for Wednesday, April 27th. In the room today is Mayor Pro Tem Steve Ward, Deputy City Manager Tim Dodd, City Attorney Tamara Niles, City Clerk Stephanie Carlisle, and Assistant City Clerk Jay Truscott Reed. So Tim, I assume you're with Shawn with the conflict this morning. I'm assuming that you're going to be running this meeting, correct?
Yes, Mayor. Shawn had to go to a ceremony for a retiring Denver firefighter, so he's asked if I could just coordinate it for him.
Sounds great.
Great. So starting with May 2nd, we have the Santa Fe Plain and Environmental Linkage PEI study, and so that's 15 minutes with 20 minutes discussion. Then there's a discussion of possible ballot questions regarding revenue needs. We had 10 minutes presentation and 30 for discussion. That's right. The next is sorry.
No, go ahead. It's just like I'm not sure of the timing, but yeah, I guess that we decided that sounds right.
The next is a tentative study session to get direction from council regarding the organized garbage and recycling collection.
Okay.
So when I sort of I wanted to interject here, based off of the guidance from Monday night, it sounded like you wanted this to be under Mayor's Choice again. Would you, so that's where I'm planning on putting it on there instead of as a study session. If you'd like it to be a study session, I'm happy to do that as well.
Yeah, my thought was to put it at the end. Is there a reason why we put it on study session? And the reason why I don't think that we need to have it as a study session is just because I'm not expecting any kind of conversation between or any type of presentation from staff. So I saw this conversation and
this was just a placeholder, so we labeled it a study session. So yeah, we can definitely change that.
I'm actually supportive of leaving it as a study session topic. Just think it clarifies to the public what we intend to do.
Okay, that's fine.
But under the study session section of the meeting, or still at the end of the meeting under Mayor's Choice?
Leave it as a study session item, right, Steve?
Correct.
Okay.
At the beginning of the meeting. Okay. So we'll need to assign some time to that.
Well, there'll be no presentation, so 0 presentation, discussion.
15-20 minutes, I'm guessing.
Okay. I didn't think it would go that long, but yeah, 15 minutes is good with me.
All righty, thank you.
Okay, great. The next is...
No, go ahead.
Sorry if I'm moving too fast.
No, I was just doing math in my head in terms of the 3 study session items. So go ahead, Tim.
2022 budget supplemental resolution 2. So has consent question mark, but I think based on discussions in your guidance in the past, you'd prefer for this not to be a study session. Is that correct? Or not to be consent. Is that correct?
That's how I feel about it. Yes.
Yeah, I agree.
Okay, so we'll take the consent question off. Introduce transportation solutions, Arapahoe County. There's no PowerPoint, or there's a no and a yes next to that, or maybe it's no for flexible and yes for PowerPoint. Do you want to assign a time for discussion of that, or?
No, we usually don't assign discussion times for items on the agenda or.
Yeah, there's 3 recognition items as well as 2 proclamations for this meeting.
Okay. Yeah, so then there's the other recognition of Brad Power, Darren Hollingsworth, and Nancy Fenton for the 2022 Governor's Award. Then there's an introduction of Brian Isham, the planning manager, and Stephanie and Jade. I think was also a request from Christina Director Underhill to have a recognition of the new library and arts and culture manager.
Yes, it's on the agenda. Sorry about that. It's just not popping up on this sheet.
No worries. Then there's the proclamation for Asian American and Pacific Islander Heritage Month. There's also a proclamation for Public Service Week. So it'll actually be, 3 recognitions, then 2 proclamations. Then after that, motion supplemental agreement number 2 of 2020 concrete trip hazard mitigation contract. CB4 to authorize agreements to relocate city ditch. CB22. So these are all on consent. And there's a question actually of whether the supplemental agreement number 2 should be on consent or not.
I'm reading the item. I would say yes. Steve, do you disagree with that?
I don't. I've been satisfied with that program, and I don't have any questions about it.
Okay. So I would say yes to consent for that item.
Sounds good. Thank
Okay.
you.
Thanks. Yeah, city ditch, CP22, approving an ordinance amending section 1561 of the code regarding weeds. CB23, repealing section 53D7 regarding medical marijuana licensing board. CB24, approve an ordinance for an IGA to increase funding for the US 85 and Broadway interchange. CB25, approve an ordinance authorizing a MOU between Inglewood and the Colorado Energy Office to provide contract services for energy performance contracting program. So that one you decided not to have on consent, is that correct?
That's correct. It didn't get, it was 6-1.
Okay. And then CB27, approve a bill for an ordinance authorizing 2022 IGA with Arapahoe County concerning open space shareback funds. And should that be on consent or not?
Yes, because that's an annual thing. Dave, do you disagree?
I don't have any necessarily heartburn about having it as a consent item, but I think this is a big win for us every year, and maybe it would be beneficial to have a presentation on it just to explain what we're getting.
Would that be possible, Tim?
Yes, so we'll definitely mark it as not consent, and I will talk to Director Underhill. We might see if there's someone from the county that I believe last year, it could be incorrect, but that someone from the county was on the call to answer questions, so I can see if we could arrange that again, but this time ask for a short presentation.
Yeah, it doesn't have to be anything of length, just a sort of a summary of what's coming in and why.
Great. Should be doable. Great, then moving on to the 9th. So we have study session on the mission, vision, and values. This is a project that Jamie Sefulco from SPR and I have been working on. And so we'd like to present to you the work that we've done to engage staff in this. The presentation should be about 10 minutes. There might be a few members of what we call the champion team that are present with Jamie and I. Do you have an idea about how long you'd like for a discussion?
I'm reading the item, just thinking, 20 minutes?
Yeah.
Although I'm not sure if it would go that long, though. Actually, it might go. What do you think, Steve? 20 minutes?
Yeah, that should be fine.
Now, is this the low-hanging fruit, Tamara, that we talked about?
Yes,
Okay.
it is.
So yeah, so 20 minutes, I think, maybe more than needed. But yeah, we'll say 20 minutes.
Okay, great. Thank you. Then the taste and odor study.
Actually, where are we at now? Oh, there we go. Also, wait. I misunderstood, Tim, because I was looking at the highlighted item. So the previous item that we were talking about was the mission, vision, values.
Yes, I apologize.
Oh, okay,
yes,
sorry,
it's
I was looking at
yeah.
the highlight.
Sorry.
I don't think that we're going to need more than 10 minutes on that one. But I would say 15 just to be safe. Steve, do you disagree?
That sounds right to me as well.
Taste and odor study, there may be a lot of, because there's back to back, right? So the results is below that, and the taste and odor study. I guess I should say the survey. So taste and odor study, I think I would say maybe a 20-minute discussion on that. May go longer than that, depending on what's part of the presentation, but do you want to say 20 minutes for that, Steve?
The taste and odor stuff is pretty clear to me, but having not seen the presentation, 20 minutes is a safe bet.
Okay. We'll go 20 there. Customers or the survey results, I would say 15 to 20 minutes for that as well. Probably on the 15 side, probably on the lower side.
Mayor, I can check with utilities on this, but I'm not sure if it would make more sense to have, or make sense to have the utilities customer survey first and then the taste and odor study, or do you have any preference in terms of how those two line up?
I was going to ask, since they're related, if they could be combined.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
They have different staff, though.
Right.
Yeah, I can definitely check on that. Yeah, it's two different deputy directors, but perhaps they could tag team it.
Okay. And then going to the next item underneath that, the presentation for economic development strategy. That one actually could go a little bit longer. I'd say 20 minutes, but I could see this going longer. Steve, any comments on that?
So this is the first time I can recall seeing this one.
Yeah.
And I don't know what's in it, but I'd say 20 minutes is probably a good guess. There could be some items that are contentious that would require longer discussion.
Yeah.
Yeah, and this I believe it was in the 2022 budget as an enhancement. And then they contracted afterwards with a company to do the strategic plans. This would be the first time that you would be seeing it. The next one, the present proposed IGA to create Arapahoe County region for opioid settlement funds.
Let's say 15 minutes. I don't expect it to go that long, honestly. Steve, any?
I'd go 10. I think this will be a very short discussion.
Yep, I agree.
And I
Tamara,
emailed the mayor. Yes, I was going to say, I emailed the mayor and Shawn about it. There was only one issue that I think we'll probably need to discuss regarding the makeup of the council. But otherwise, we already pretty thoroughly discussed it when we approved the opioid settlement, and that this would be coming.
Yeah. Tamara, I was going to ask, you're not expecting to use 15 minutes for a presentation, right?
No, I would expect maybe more like 5.
Yeah, okay. That would be my thoughts after reading your email earlier. Okay.
Sounds good.
If we could, if we could just Jade or Stephanie change that to 5 minutes for presentation.
And
On
10
the
minutes.
last study session for the 9th, the code next update.
Depends on what's on the update, but I'd say 20 minutes, but I'd say 20 minutes just to line up with the presentation, but.
Yeah, if it's just an update,
Mhm.
20 minutes would be fine.
Agreed. So it looks like then we would have either 5 or 6 study sessions on the 9th. So look like that looks okay to you or to?
I think so. Yeah, I was just doing the math on it. The biggest item there is the taste and odor to me, like in terms of what, and maybe the code next update as well. But if it's just an update, I can see that just not even taking 30 minutes total. But we're fine. We're good. Moving on. We can move to the 16th.
So the first item on the 16th is presentation of proposed administrative revisions to the city charter. Should we set time now for discussion, or should we wait until next week for this one?
We'll wait till next week.
Okay, then there's a resolution for designating the city attorney's claim settlement authority. Motion to, and these two, there's questions on whether they could be consent. So we should come back to those next week as well. Is that correct, or should we decide that now?
We can wait till next week.
Professional Services Agreement Amendment 1 with AEC West for a $300,000 increase. Utilities sanitary sewer inspection. Then there's also an executive session. Now I'm on the bottom. The loan agreement with the Colorado Water Resources and Power Development Authority for stormwater improvements. And then several first readings. So loan agreement with Colorado Water Resources and Power Development for stormwater improvements, equipment lease purchase, approval of a bill for ordinance authorizing 2023 stormwater utility rate increases, CB19 equipment lease purchase through Caterpillar Financial Services, and then that's what's on the 16th right now, and then going to the 23rd. There is the 2022 April monthly financial report, final study session presentation on proposed revisions to the charter. So that's on June 6th. Yeah, so May 23rd right now, there's only one item so far, which is the monthly financial report. Yeah, 6 is the city charter discussion for a study session. There's also a presentation of the 2021 annual comprehensive financial report and audit results. And then there's also two proclamations, Pride Month and Juneteenth. There's also the ERC mechanical equipment upgrade as a motion. And then June 13th are board and commission interviews. Is that a good place to start, Mayor? Or would you like me to go through the next few as well?
I don't think so, unless anything's been updated, but we've gone through these and it seems pretty standard. I guess the only question I was going to ask is, have we heard back on the Citizen of the Year that time for the week of the 27th, it looks like?
I'm not aware, Jade or Stephanie, have you heard anything?
I have not heard anything, but I can check into it.
Great.
Because I think we were planning on doing that, that Wednesday? Or actually, maybe it was
Yes, correct.
It was the Wednesday, or was it the Monday? And the Wednesday we were
Well-
using as a backup in terms of.
No, I think we wanted to have the celebration on the Wednesday and keep the last meeting as a business meeting if needed.
Okay.
But we will circle back around with Madeline to see kind of where that's at.
Okay. Sounds good.
And then I did have several council requests from Monday. So one was Councilmember Russell would like to move. Actually, let me double check. Sorry, those are other notes of things that council members brought up. So the first one that I have is Councilmember Nunnenkamp, Mayor Pro Tem Ward, and a member of the BAC asked questions about fiber. So we had it as a question of, are we experiencing any connectivity issues in our current fiber optic and point-to-point connections between facilities? What are the consequences of not funding the fiber optic ring? What are the benefits? Will the fiber optic ring, fiber optic project be underground or above ground? What is the desired outcome? And will the fiber optic lines be above or below ground? So there's a lot there. I might try to consolidate, but a lot of questions about fiber. Councilmember Russell asked about water problems at Broken T. What are they and why is it happening? And what are we doing to mitigate them? And then Councilmember Russell had one, it looks like we need to find the address, but could staff please analyze the land sale owned by property owner, which we need to identify, to see if there may be value in obtaining that property for park or trail connections? Do we have a policy for land acquisition for public purposes? Are there any that I may have missed?
No, I think you captured them all. And more, actually. I don't have anything else. Steve?
Nothing to add.
Perfect. Any additional comments or questions from staff? Don't look like it. I think we're good.
None.
Nope, I don't have any.
All right, everyone. If there's nothing else, this now concludes today's mayor managers meeting. It's 8:51. Everyone have a great day. Thank you, Tim.
Thank you.
Thank
you.
you.
Thank you.
Thank you.